cow, why are you barking? I know why you're barking. You want your food. Don't worry, buddy. I'll give it to you in a minute. Just wanted to show everyone the new room. Hey guys, what's going on? So he spent the day today pretty much rebuilding his room. I gave him a bigger sandbox with some wood and rocks. And the heat lamp's on there so that it can get nice and warm for him. I still gotta add a little bit more sand. Then I got another tray there with some rocks where I'm gonna put some bugs. And those are the roaches up there in the tank. So now he's got a little bit more room to play around. Where are you going? I know you're looking for your food. He was sleeping earlier, but then he heard me making his food. So now he's excited about that. And I kind of wanted to put it inside of there. But yeah, he's impatient right now. Alright, let's see if we can put this down here. Hold on, buddy. You are not waiting, are you? Alright. Maybe I can put a few bugs on there. I basically just want to put some of the bugs out so that he has to actually go and look for them later. That way they go hide inside the rocks and in the wood and everything. Are you enjoying that, Scout? Some of the bugs. He's hungry because I spent today building his room, so I haven't given him his food yet. I just gave him a few bugs earlier, and my friend was over here feeding him. But now that we're done with his whole room, I can actually give him his dinner. Oh, I think he sees a bug. He's going in for the easier ones now. I would have dumped it all out, but there's some wet food in there. I didn't want it getting in the sand. And check it out. There were some awards that he won in the past, and I put them on the wall along with some pictures. He's got the one on the right there is Cutest Kit, first place. That one there is Organizer's Favorite, first place. That one is third place for best dressed in a photo that I entered for him. And then that one is best smile and happy face. That one's also first place. And then I got some pictures of Doggy and Spooky there with me. They unfortunately passed away. And then there's another picture of Scout up there. And now I'm waiting for that YouTube plaque to come in for the 100,000 subscribers, and I'll put it up in this room as well. Since we all know everybody's here for you, Scout. He's just munching away. Yeah, so I see one of you are asking about the bugs getting to the rest of the house. I've never had that problem when I've set up sandboxes like this because the tarp is pretty slippery. He'll usually hear them trying to crawl up the tarp, and before they can get out, he'll eat them. So there's really no chance. If I'm not in this room making any noise and it's just quiet in here, he'll hear them and he'll go after them. But mostly they're going to hide inside the rocks and everything, and he'll hear them at some point and go digging for them. And I see someone else in the chat there is asking what ended up making me get Scout. I used to work with exotic pets for probably over 20 years now. And I had, a shop and everything down in Florida for a couple of years. So I had my permits for a lot of different animals. And my girlfriend at the time that I was with wanted to get a Chihuahua. And she was actually going through some cancer treatments. So I didn't really want a Chihuahua. I don't really like small yappity dogs. So then I ended up showing her fennec foxes because I knew a breeder who was going to have some available. We had actually asked and waited for about 4 years on a list before we were able to actually get one. And it was awesome because it was between him and his sister, I believe. It was, and we ended up getting him because the females ended up going for more money at the time. But you gotta remember, this was like 10 years ago. So things were a lot different then too, like the way the breeders worked and everything. But yeah, I've had him for pretty much almost 10 years now. He's a little old man. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you with the camera. Yeah, and now it's a little bit easier to find breeders for fennecs because they're getting a little bit more popular. But are you going after something? Give up? Yeah, so there's a lot more breeders now than there was when I got Scout. So there was a lot of people who would just pretty much put you on a waiting list, and then you'd have to hope that they'd call you back when they had some available. And generally, like in the wild, a lot of times you'll see them living to like 6 years, up to that maybe, before they get eaten by something else or sick. So, but in captivity, you can see them around for like usually 10 to 13 years. So he's got maybe a couple years left, hopefully. He's doing pretty good still. He's eating a lot. Got a little belly on him now. Oh, what was that? You didn't want that? think that was like a piece of strawberry that he just grabbed. Yeah, the cool thing is like he's generally pretty quiet and you don't really hear him making much noise, but if he's left out sometimes at night, he'll go and start scratching at the door, and he'll want to get out and run around the house, which I can't let him do while I'm sleeping so he doesn't get himself into trouble. So that's the only time he's kind of noisy, but I've been around multiples before, and when you have more than one, they'll make even more noise because they'll be running around in the middle of the night together, and they scream and fight and play and all of that. Where are you going? I put that bin that I had the sand in. It's like a cement mixing bin. I put all the sand into the sandbox, and then I gave him some rocks for now because I'm going to put some worms in there. And that way he can move some of those rocks around and dig for them. Give him stuff to do so he's not just sitting around, when the other foxes aren't with him. And I really want to shoot a video with the other foxes too, in this room with him. Are you done? It's usually what he does when he's like, all right, I'm done with you being in my room. So he wants to lay down and go to sleep. Oh, now you have your comfy room and you want me to get out? Let me go back here too, see if he's okay with it. Yeah, so I've been thinking about doing a couple of live streams overnight with him. So I just got to make sure he's okay in this room now that I set it up for him. And if all goes well and he's doing okay, maybe I'll do that. Maybe when we have one of the other foxes here to play with him, if they're all getting along good and everything and there's no problems, maybe I'll set up a camera in here so you guys can watch them play. I've had Scout for almost 10 years now. I've had him pretty much all his life. I got him when he was like 2 to 3 months old. And he's almost 10 now. He'll be 10 in February 14th on Valentine's Day. So pretty soon. See if he's listening for the bugs. And thank you guys. I see in the comments there you're saying that you like the new room. I appreciate it. Spent all day building it out for him, hoping that he would appreciate it. In the past, I made a bed for Luna, and I spent like a couple days building it for her. She wouldn't go anywhere near it. And I ended up throwing it out ultimately. So it was a shame because I spent all this time doing it and she didn't even care. But he's enjoying it. He's been running around here and digging in the sand and looking for bugs and everything. He hasn't jumped up on these shelves yet, but I'm willing to bet that when the sun's out tomorrow, he'll probably do that. You done? You gonna keep looking for bugs? This is his first time really playing around underneath these pieces of wood. So he's kind of cautious about it too, because he doesn't know if they're going to fall on him or something. I actually screwed them all in, so these are all one piece. If I went to go lift this piece up, everything will come up with it. So that way if he jumps on it, it's not all going to come toppling down. So they're all actually screwed into each other. Yeah, I see someone there in the comments was asking if I had fish. I do actually have fish. They're downstairs right now. I have an albino loach. I've got a pleco and 3 goldfish. You itchy scout. Are you peeing already? You did, didn't you? I've noticed with this sand, it's been pretty easy to just scoop up. So once I'm done streaming here, I'll basically go over there where he peed and just scoop it up and put it in a bag. So it's pretty easy to keep clean as long as I stay on top of it. It's if you just let it sit though for multiple days, then it gets all stuck within the sand and then you end up having to change out everything. But as long as you keep up with it every day, it's not a problem. So right now I have 2 50-pound bags in here, so 100 pounds of sand. I'm gonna add more, but that's all I had at the moment. And then I wanted to actually add some more rocks in here too, where I'm going to put a bunch of worms for him. And I've got, his little carrier over there in the corner. And he usually goes in there and lays to go to sleep in there. But right now, because I'm walking around with the camera, he's kind of being shy and trying to figure out where to go so he can get some rest. I also ended up building out a little stand here for the gecko. So I'll do a video about him later. But that's where he is for now. And then just in case I need to put him in an enclosure, I have his enclosure here. So if I have to lock him up to clean out the room or something, or just to get him out of the way. But for now, I'm going to leave him out, see how he does. And if he becomes a problem where he's trying to scratch at the door or anything at night, then I can always put a wall up like I had at my old place. That wall being there made him feel safer, like he was in his own area, so he never really came out. So it wasn't a problem with him as much on there. So I'll see how he does before I do that, because right now I want to leave the whole room open for him. Going to sleep like that? He's just like balled up in the corner. Oh, for those of you asking about the gecko, that's actually a crested gecko in there. He's sleeping inside that log. I've showed him a couple times in some of my previous videos, but I wanted to do like an actual full video about them, so I might do that later. But for now, I just wanted to show you guys the room and what I've done for him. Hopefully he likes it, and we'll see when we put the other foxes in here with him how they run around and play together. But for now, I know he's going to end up going to sleep. And Anna's asking if he's up on Instagram. You can go to my Instagram page where I keep everything. It's a lot harder to run like multiple pages if I had to do each one for each animal. So I just put everything on mine, which I always have in the links in the description of my videos. You barking? You want me out of your room now? Alright. Is that better for you? No? What if I turn off the light? I guess so. I don't know if you can hear him. He's doing a little grumbly sound. And that's basically his way of telling me to go, which I'm gonna do. I just wanted to show you guys the room and show you guys what I've been working on in here. That light there actually is on like a dimmer switch, so I know he's gonna get mad at me for going over there and bugging him, but I gotta dim the light a bit. See, it's like moonlight for him. See, now it's all nice and dim. Alright, good night, guys. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about the room. And I'm going to do a couple more videos where I go a little bit more in depth with everything in here once I add some more stuff. And there's a couple more things I wanted to add to the walls as well. But you guys have a good night. Thank you for watching the video. And let me know what else you'd like to see in here. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. Peace out.